Do you know one of the least used commercial flights in the country departs from Nashville's airport?
That's right. Twice a day, an empty or nearly empty plane flies from Nashville to Jackson, Tennessee. As investigative reporter Ben Hall reveals, it keeps operating only because of a government subsidy, right?
Well, that flight is part of the Essential Air Service program designed to ensure commercial flights to small communities. But that short route has cost taxpayers millions. Nashville's airport is busier than ever. But away from the hustle sits this lonely ticket counter for Seaport Airlines. 2 times a day, its 9-passenger turboprop airplane departs for Jackson, Tennessee.
We're going to make a quick stop in McKellar on the way to Memphis.
Okay. The day we flew, our photographer was the only passenger. 2 pilots guided the almost empty plane over Interstate 40 for the hour and 5-minute flight.
When I started thinking about this in 2009, 2010, it made a lot of sense to me.
Steve Smith is the executive director of the Jackson-Madison County Airport Authority.
I've been here 6 years, almost 6.5.
He fought for the route and helped convince the government to subsidize it.
There are a lot of people that would say there does not need to be a flight from Nashville to Jackson.
Well, evidently they're correct.
The U.S. Department of Transportation has paid Seaport Airlines $1.1 million a year since 2011 to fly empty or nearly empty planes between Nashville and Jackson, all part of the Essential Air Service program, designed to ensure flights to smaller airports.
Air service in Jackson is just critical. It's the engine that drives a lot of the industrial development.
Have the taxpayers gotten their money's worth with this route?
It's a hard question to answer. Nationwide, yes. The Jackson-Nashville route, not so much.
Nationally, the federal government spends a whopping $260 million to connect over 100 small cities like Jackson to larger airports. But the Jackson to Nashville route is one of the least used in the entire country, repeatedly failing to meet minimum requirements for the number of passengers.
In 2012, Congress required that at least 10 passengers a day board the flights or they'd be canceled. Jackson has been on the cutoff list 2 different times, but both times the flights received waivers to keep flying.
But the waiver that came last September, I didn't see that coming.
And you're surprised because it wasn't going well.
It was not going well. It was not going well.
After the September waiver, the chair of the local airport authority wrote the federal government, admitting the Nashville airport is an easy 2.5-hour drive from Jackson. Jackson's mayor blamed the empty flights on Seaport's dismal customer service.
I don't know of any other company besides the United States government that would give somebody $1 million to do a job and then not check on them occasionally to see if they did that job.
So no 220?
No 220, no. They're going to be a few hours behind.
On the day our photographer flew, his return flight kept getting delayed.
Whenever they start to put flights off is when, more times than not, they end up being canceled.
After a long wait, airport employees gave this advice on getting back to Nashville.
I'd probably just rent a car from Hertz. I wouldn't want to be stranded in Jackson, Tennessee.
And I don't think this airline gave the United States Department of Transportation their money's worth. There was no effort here.
Now, Seaport told us it has been a good steward of taxpayer dollars. It claimed and blamed changing industry standards and bad weather for the problems at Jackson, but admits the cities are an easy drive.
So then now what's next for the route between Jackson and Nashville?
Well, after several years, that route is going to come to an end this summer. A new airline will fly between Jackson and St. Louis. That will cost taxpayers $1.8 million. We'll see how that one goes.
Wow. All right, great story, Ben. Thanks so much.